Hello, Richard the Dick Coughlin 616. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Haven't made a video on this channel in a little while. Been a bit busy lately. Yeah, busy. Doing stuff, you know, outside stuff in 3D. And I didn't really have a single subject to make a video about, so I thought what I'd do is I'd accumulate all of those little points and those little things that you can't really make a whole video about, but you want to sort of rant and bitch about anyway, and so you put it all together in one big sort of mishmash and potpourri. And it's going to combine other things that have been happening on YouTube in the last few weeks. So I thought I'd throw that all together. So this is the obligatory video of random things that piss me off and annoy me in the world and or online. Aren't you just riveted already? Number one. Now, obviously a lot of people moan about the fact that whenever you make a video, someone has to go first. Someone has to vote first about it. I'm not going to moan about that, because I personally have been on videos before with very popular users and there's been no comments, and it's there in your head. You can't deny it. It's there. You're going to go, shall I write first? Shall I write first? I once saw a video by Philip DeFranco. It had been up for 32 minutes, and I clicked on it, and there were no comments there, and I couldn't help but think, I could write first. And then I thought, why am I watching a Philip DeFranco video? But then I refreshed the page and there were 32 pages of just first comments. Now, those people don't piss me off though. The people who piss me off are the people who have first envy. The people who actually have to respond to the person who wrote first. Of going, oh, no one cares, why don't you go kill yourself and die, you fucking paedophile, or something like that. They just get so egregiously offended by the fact that someone just wrote first. Or even that, the people who continue it were trying to be really wacky and ironic by typing in second, third, 45th. For no other reason than the fact it generally takes up the first 20 comments on a fucking video. And what's even more annoying is the fact that I've now brought this up means that everyone's going to be typing that in the comment section just to piss me off. Well, fuck you. Do I look pissed off to you? No. Recently the Edinburgh Festival's been going on, it just finished, and the one thing that pisses me off that I see all the time there are human statues. Fucking human statues. These are cunts who make a living out of fucking not moving. People like me, I spent years not fucking moving, and I couldn't make any. In fact, I had to sign on. I was moving that little. These cunts stand in the fucking street and expect you to be fucking impressed by it. All human statues, in my opinion, deserve Parkinson's disease just to stop them doing it. This is like, I swear, human statues are just people who looked at mime artists and thought, that's too much fucking work. I'll just take that idea, but I won't do the moving part. Another thing I see on YouTube a lot, and I've seen this a lot lately with a lot of sort of discussions that have been going on, are people take this attitude of when they say something and it pisses a lot of people off, they like to say, well, if I'm pissing people off, I must be doing something right. And I've said this before in the past, and it's only dawned on me how fucking ridiculous this actually sounds. Well, if I'm pissing people off, I must be doing something right. Why? Right? That doesn't make any sense at all. Right? I could walk into a restaurant full of people, all eating their dinner, take my trousers down, start masturbating and jumping around all over the fucking place, then do a shit and start throwing it at people whilst they're eating. I guarantee you, every single person in that room, the owners, the customers, will be pissed off with me. Does that mean I should do that every night? It does? Oh, okay. It's like those people who've taken the argument ad populum and done it in reverse. The argument ad populum is where you say, well, you know, most people agree with me or share my opinion, therefore it must be right. Right? There's people out here on the internet who take the opposite view. They assume that, well, because I've got the most unpopular opinion, that must be right. It doesn't work like that either, you dumb fuckers. I hate it when you do a video about somebody or ripping someone that somebody is a fan of, and they try to justify what they say by saying, well, they're right about this though, as if anyone has ever been wrong about everything all the time. Everybody is right about something, right? Everybody, even if it's something small. Several months ago I did a video where I was taking the piss out of Alex Jones, and I actually repeated some things that Alex Jones has said, such as he believes that the government puts chemicals in our foods to make people homosexual. And I had people saying, yeah, but he's right about the bankers. So fucking what? Who cares whether he's right about one thing? Does that negate everything else? No, it's just people who make that excuse, you're just enabling all the bullshit. I hate that saying, nice guys finish last, for two reasons. One, it's clearly just some bullshit catchphrase cooked up by people who are complete failures and decide to take some consolation in it by creating in their head the reason they failed is not because they're crap at everything, it's because they're just a nice guy. And it also implies that anyone who's a winner is a complete wanker. I don't like people who take pride in shit that that they don't do and rub it in people's face. You know, people who take vows of chastity and try and rub it in people's face as if it's something they're proud of. I took a vow of celibacy. I took a vow of celibacy. I took a vow of chastity. I don't have sex. I don't have sex. I'm not clever. No, it's not clever in the slightest, right? I know from personal experience that not having sex is the easiest fucking thing to try and do. The difficult part is actually getting some, right? Just ask some of the fuckers on YouTube. I hate nowadays you get this misuse of the word literally. I was watching this TV show. It was one of these shitty little pop idol, X Factor fucking TV, reality TV talent shows, and there's all these fucking wankers outside cheering for us at the last show, and the woman outside who was the presenter said, "It's crazy out here, everyone is literally going mental." No, they're not literally going mental, right? You just turn around, they're all there, their clothes off, like sticking bananas up their arse and pooing everywhere. No, they're not literally going mental, are they? But on the same note, I hate this forced use of the word allegedly. There's recently a case here in Scotland where a guy ran onto the football pitch of a game, and he tried to attack the manager of a football team called Celtic, called Neil Lennon. He was on TV. It was caught on film. 45,000 people saw it happen. He got arrested, and the newsreaders have to say the man allegedly ran onto the pitch and tried to attack Neil Lennon. He was then allegedly held down, and we can see it happening on film as they're saying this. You constantly hear people talking about the paedophile priest problem in the Catholic Church, and the question is always, should these priests be charged? Should they be charged? And I have to say, I agree. I agree with that sentiment. I think they should be charged, because at the end of the day, these kids are going to get molested anyway. We might as well make some cash out of it, yeah? I hate it when women cry during sex. Happened to me once. Woman cried all the way through whilst we were having sex. It was her own fault. She held her pepper spray the wrong way round, but that doesn't matter. Recently on YouTube, there's been all this stuff about racism and all these talks about racism, and there's several phrases I love that I hear people throwing around. One of them is this idea of forced diversity. I was never asked if I wanted to share my school or my country or my town with these people, as if these people live in this fantasy world where the government should get a clipboard and pen and just walk around the door going, "Hello sir, sir, here we have, you see this man, here's a black man, we were just wondering, would you mind awfully, would it be too much trouble, would it inconvenience your life that fucking much if we were just to, you know, if he could move in to one of the, if he was going to live here?" And they go, "No, I wouldn't like that at all." "Okay, right, sir, we've done, you don't like that, right? Excuse me everyone, just to let you know, there'll be no spooks living in your area. We will not be forcing any of you to live near someone who's a different colour than you, because this bigoted little, trumped-up, tight-ass little cunt has decided it's too much hassle for him to sit up worrying about his wife possibly nipping over and banging his big black African cock. Can we all relax now?" Fucking children, as if you're asked anything, right? You have this thing called an election. You vote in it. If you lose, tough shit. I'm sick of these people who moan about the fact that the world isn't the way they want it, and as a result, it's some sort of dictatorship, or it's some tyrannical regime they're living under. It's tyranny. It's a fucking dictatorship. It's basically the Nazis. Why? Because the world isn't the way I want it. No, the world isn't the way you want it, because most people disagree with you because you're a cunt, possibly. And please, I'm sick of these people who can't even own their bigotry and admit that they're racist. They have to try and water it down a bit and call themselves, "I'm a race realist." I don't hate people who are different races than me. I just accept the fact that some of them, not saying which ones, are, you know, dumber and more inclined to things like rape and robbery, and I don't think we should have to deal with them. I'm not saying I hate them. It's like Fred Phelps coming up saying, "I'm not homophobic, I'm a homo-realist." I'm just saying, I've got nothing against them, I'm just accepting the fact that they've got AIDS and they're probably going to fuck our kids, so it's not worth letting them. You people are pathetic. You know, at the end of the day, folks, remember this. Racism is a crime. And crime is for niggers. Richard the Dick Coughlan, 616. Good night, may God bless.